So, today I'm going to talk about really the unsung heroes of the British Army, and that is the logistic vehicle. Uh, Logistics vehicles are really underappreciated, I think, because they really are the backbone of the army. So, they're essential for the setting up and the running of effective self-contained transport networks. Um, I think the British Army describes it as something like they keep our guns firing, tanks driving, they take vast amounts of fuel here and there, food, ammunition, they keep soldiers fighting, and it really is that. So without the support structure, the logistics behind any battle effort, there would be no battle, there would be no fighting force at all. So it really is essential. But in any case, Britain has an entire support vehicle fleet, as you'd expect. So this might be perhaps a little more than you have learned about these vehicles before, but I really do think it is essential because they're not so much represented, as it were, they're not so much thought about, despite the fact that they are so essential, and the technology is really quite important. So, as I said, Britain has an entire support vehicle fleet. And the newest generation of it, the upgrades, the idea is to provide far greater mobility than previous generations, particularly in regard to the movement of cargo. So, often or nearly entirely for support vehicles, they're fitted with armour, communications, ECM equipment, and often some sort of protective measure, which is usually 7.62mm machine gun for their own protection. So, to start off, we have the heavy equipment transporter. So, it effectively transports huge other vehicles. So, it transports tanks and other sort of heavy equipment, and I think it can, each one can carry a 70-ton main battle tank. So, it really is essential, and it can be used for recovery and repair. And its real USP is that it can move its load rapidly and really cost effectively. So it saves on wear and tear on the tracks on the road, meaning that it doesn't have to be replaced and the logistics vehicle can continue in operation. That's something people often don't really think about as well, that logistics support vehicles actually do need other logistics support vehicles to support themselves, or they do just support themselves. So I really do think the HET, the heavy equipment transporter, it's the most powerful tank transporter in production. So it consists of an Oshkosh, I believe that's what it's called, Oshkosh, 1070F 8x8 tractor truck, and a King trailer, effectively. So it's two parts, which is a GTS 100 7-axle semi-trailer. So it's pretty huge, and it has sort of an after-cooled Caterpillar C18 turbocharged diesel engine. So it's a really, really huge, heavy piece of kit, arguably more so than a tank. And I've never seen one of these things, but they are absolutely huge. They're massive lorries, and obviously they have to be massively heavy duty because they are carrying enormous loads, 70-ton main battle tanks, and they have to stop wear and tear while maintaining durability and maintaining their ability to carry. So in regard to length, these things come in at 20 meters with a width of 2.9 meters and a height of 3.7 meters, so they really are rather tall in the front anyway. It carries the 70,000 kilogram main battle tank, the Challenger 2, but it's got 2,000 kilograms of extra load capacity, bringing it to a total load capacity of 72,000 kilograms, which is just ridiculous. Its crew can be of a minimum of 2, but up to 10, effectively, or I believe up to 12. No, I think it is up to 10. In any case, that's absolutely essential because you can't just have tanks driving absolutely everywhere. The next one we're going to talk about is the EP EPLS, which is the Enhanced Pallet Loading System, which is it's sort of based on the 15-ton support vehicle variant. I've seen one of these. It's huge. It's really incredible. So it's incredibly armored. It's got additional armor. It's got additional armor packs on the sides to protect crew from ballistics and threats, because, you know, it really does have to be there. It is the backbone. This is the stuff that's carrying the ammo. It's carrying the food. It's carrying the really essential logistics, not necessarily just weaponry. So it is a load carrier, effectively, and as we've said, it's got a 15-ton flat track payload, so it also allows rapid loading and unloading of these sort of flat tracks, or a 20-foot ISO container, or I think it is only one 20-foot ISO container, but it really can carry a heavy load, and it can carry a lot of stuff. So it's got a length of 10.5 meters, so it really is quite long, a width of 3.1 meters and a height of 4.05 meters. It's got a weight, its laden weight is 36,000 kilograms, and it has a load capacity of 16,000 kilograms. So while it's not carrying main battle tanks, that is a hell of a lot of food, and that's a lot of ammunition, and that really is a lot of support. So its value is huge. It has a crew of only 2, but it has a range of 300 miles, and it's manufactured by MAN Truck and Bus UK, and that really is a mainstay of the British Army. Next, the close support tanker. So this is also Oshkosh, and it's a wheeled tanker. It's meant to be a really quite highly mobile vehicle, and it's deployed with the logistic support regiments and the transport regiments, and this is another one that really forms the backbone of the British Army. It's designed to carry fuel and water, which is absolutely essential. It's been deployed in Iraq, Afghanistan, and it can also be fitted, I think, with enhanced blast-proof armor. So, sort of much like the enhanced pallet loading system, it can be fitted with enhanced armor, because obviously this is pretty essential stuff, and it's sort of more containerized, as it were. You don't want to be shot while you're carrying a load of oil, or a load of fuel, or a load of water for troops. So it's really important that it's fitted with this sort of blast-proof protection for cargo and for the operators themselves. So it has various variants, all sort of depending on size, and as per usual, the increase in size, or at least litre capacity, is a sort of trade-off with its mobility. So it's designed to be reasonably high mobility, the close support tanker, but nonetheless, the more you carry, the less high mobility it is, I guess. So there are 3 variants that are in use, and that's the 15,000 litre one, which is for air refueling, the 20,000 litre variant, which is sort of classical close support, so that's really mainly fuel, and the 18,000 litre close support tanker, which is for water, and I think that water can be used for both troops and vehicles, because obviously vehicles do often need water as well. It's got a length of 15 meters, a width of 2.5 meters, and a height of 3.5 meters. And in regard to weaponry, obviously it's got to be reasonably well defended, so it has the 7.62 millimeter machine gun, which is obviously fairly necessary for defense. But, you know, it might be escorted in some circumstances, or if it's in a particular convoy, as it were, it might be escorted. Its engine is an 11.9 litre Caterpillar C12 engine. So what you'll see is a lot of implementation of what are traditionally sort of thought of as civilian logistics or transport technologies that are utilized in a military context. And as we've said, its load capacity it sort of varies, but for fuel and water, for fuel it can carry 20,000 litres, and for water it can carry 18,000 litres. I think that's really all I'm going to cover today. Those are the heavier types of logistics support vehicles, but obviously there are ambulances, there are quad bikes, but I really do think those sort of vehicles are underappreciated, and I really do encourage you to go look at logistics vehicles, which provide the backbone of the army itself. So, thank you.